If you know me, then you know Tupac's one of my favorite artists. So when I saw they had a new exhibit open dedicated to his life entitled Wake Me When I'm Free, I had to go check it out. The first room was full of sculptures of his tattoos. In this room, they gave us headsets and like a remote control so we could walk up to the pictures and the exhibits and we can hear the interviews or the videos or just the speeches. What I really enjoyed about the exhibit is that it walked us through each stage of Tupac. So the first room, it started at the beginning with slavery, and that transformed into his mother's story with joining the Black Panthers. Also, the fact that they had Tupac birth certificates was a whole nother thing. Here was a quote from Afeni Shakur. You know, books were more important than television in their house, and here were some of the books that Pac had growing up. One of my favorite rooms was the room full of his notebook pad full of lyrics and poems and scripts and video treatments. It was just amazing that he wrote all this. Also, I thought it was dope that he wrote out his next couple albums after Machiavelli. I know danger, never been a stranger. And then it got into the era of Tupac with Digital Underground. So we see the Digital Underground video. We get some cassette tapes, some tour guides, some tour credentials, even a fingerless glove. I thought it was dope. Here's one of his outfits from Digital Underground. I thought was amazing. And then we made our way into the Tupacalypse Now era where we had the vinyl, some pictures from the Brenda's Got a Baby video, even the video of Brenda's Got a Baby playing right there. We had the intro where he wrote out the skit, and just a notepad that he wrote all the lyrics in. And even that notepad right there that had the track listing and breakdown and copyright stuff, I thought was just dope. We made our way into the juice room, which was one of my favorites because it had the lockers in it and the photos, and it had his call sheet, and it had his script. Even this cool jacket right here I thought was dope. And this cool interview with Tupac and the cast of Juice, which I thought was funny. We make our way into the Poetic Justice room, and when you can see they had the interview with John Singleton inside the back of the post truck, I thought that was amazing. And even the invitation to the screening. And Tupac lived in Sherman Oaks, which is funny. In the next room, we had the exhibit for Strictly for My Niggas, which it had the abbreviation for the word nigga, the track listing, some clothes, some merchandise, the cassette, the DAT tape. That was the first time in my life I seen a DAT tape. The Master for I Get Around was there. And the next room, they had Above the Rim and Thug Life soundtrack together, I guess because that moment was just back to back. As you can see, there's a notebook with the lyrics for the Thug Life album, which I thought was just, come on, man. After that, the museum takes a sharp turn and we start getting into the dark side of Tupac, the more controversial, the Tupac that was in jail, just the more troublesome. We get into one of my favorite Tupac albums, which is Me Against the World. As you can see, he got the Can You Get Away video treatment that never got put out. I thought that was funny. Temptation and Dear Mama, Master right there, and another DAT tape of Dear Mama. Come on, man. You can't get better than that. And here was all the notebooks that he had during that time of Me Against the World and going through his trial. And they had like this excerpt from one of them, In the Event of My Demise, dedicated to all those curious. I thought this was a cool poem if you want to stop and read it. It's one of my favorite Tupac songs. And even the album artwork. This next room I thought was pretty cool. They were recreating his time at Clinton Correctional Facilities. And he wrote a screenplay basically about himself, but the main character was called Kane. It was a top rapper and falsely accused and pretty much lost his rap career. They had his inmate visit schedule, even some letters from the most random people, Tony Danza, Quincy Jones, telling him to read Iceberg Slim book Pimp, good read. A letter from Johnny J just showing his support. And I just thought this shot was dope, how they had I think this is the Vibe interview behind bars. Now let's get into this era that we all been waiting for, the Death Row era. This room was so amazing because they had, you could tell they put so much into the Death Row room, that famous North Carolina jersey with the ambitions of a rider master with the blunt box. I had to get in there. Hit 'em up video, toss it up video, just dope, man. And this room, this is my favorite room, the master rooms. It was so many masters in his room. It was just insane. It was like I was standing in front of history. I was standing in front of history. Picture Me Rolling, one of my favorites. They were playing the video for California Love and also showing some behind the scenes, which I thought was pretty cool. And just how they had it laid out with these pictures and the patterns of Live and Die in LA. I guess that was they kind of blended Machiavelli with All Eyes on Me. Here's some more tapes. Here's some video treatments to Live and Die in LA. Here's some of Tupac's famous outfits. I don't even know how they still had these intact. From the All About You video, the classic white suit, blue suede hush puppies, the red, the classic Versace shirt, which is some dope memorabilia in here. My only gripe is they didn't give a lot to the Machiavelli era, which I understand because he passed away. It was literally just this exhibit right here. As we were going towards the end, we get into the rose that grew from the concrete era, and it was a dope way to close out the experience. And I suggest if you're a Tupac fan, not a Tupac fan, you should check out this exhibit. It's in LA Live until April, and I think it's going on the road after that. So if it comes to a town near you, definitely check it out. Like always, I'm Tatum. Peace.